Time to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept your lack of focus. Agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me. Needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by King David Jordan.
DJ B.I.G. Show me the list. Show me the list. Everybody talking about they the best. Everybody talking about they talking about us. B.I.G. walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Show me the list. Show me the list. Show me the list. Hey. Everybody talking about they the best. We the best, yes. Everybody talking about they talking about us. B.I.G. walking the God we trust. We trust our name is listed in the book. We good.
Alexa, turn off all the lights. Alexa, turn off the bedroom lights. Here we go. Y'all ready? I'm ready. It's been a while. We had to tackle the technical difficulties, but we're here. Bo's here. King Joe's here. Y'all know what it's about to be. It's about to be crazy. That's a hint of the new name of the show, the sports show. So let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? So, woo! I said, Alexa, turn off all the lights.
Everybody talking about they talking about us. B.I.G. walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Show me the list. Show me the list. Show me the list. Hey.
Oh my, 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 my. How is everyone doing? Hi, hello, hello. Wait a minute, let me get Bo up here. Bo, you ready? Thumbs up, Bo, if you ready. Bo, thumbs up if you're ready. You ready? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, he gave me the thumbs up. All right, here we go. What's up, Bo? How you doing, Bo? Wait a minute, you on the wrong side. We gotta bring it back on the. There you go. Hold on, I can't hear you. Wait. I got you. My bad. All right, talk away.
How y'all doing? We are live to the Unnamed Sports Show.
I'm so excited, man. Are you excited? I'm excited to be here today. How about you?
Oh, very excited. Always excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some super hot topics coming up. We can't wait to delve into those.
Oh, man, I'm so excited, man. How's your week been? Your week been good?
Pretty smooth so far. I can't complain. It's been cold up here. We got some snow Sunday. The high has been in the 40s and the low has been in the 20s.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's been cold this way too. So it's been real cold. It's been chilly. But you know who's really been cold? Bo? Draymond Green. Draymond Green has been acting. We get straight into it. We ain't got a lot of time, so we gotta get straight into it. Draymond Green has been acting plum fool right now. Draymond Green has been acting a plum fool, and I'm telling you, like he's at it again, Bo. He's literally at it again, sir. He's at it again. Huh?
Remember I told you he should have been suspended for half of the season.
You did. You called it out. Like, seriously, you called it out and said that Draymond Green should be going, should be gone for half the season. And I thought it was weird that we saw that. We was like, okay, how's they, like, they gave him for the choke out. I said he should have got 10 games then, right? I said he should have got 10 games. You said he should got anywhere from 15 to 20. I think you said 15, 20, 25, something like that. And I was like, they're not going to do that. I was like, I'm not hearing they're going to do that, right? So they gave him another shot. Now, what's the news, Bo? What'd you hear?
So,
you broke it to me.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, he's suspended indefinitely right now by the NBA and the commissioner. So when you're suspended indefinitely and then there's some testing that he's going to have to go through in order to come back and play, be evaluated more than likely by counselors for mental issues and behavior issues and cognitive issues. So he's got to pass some battery tests before he comes back into the league, not just from the league standpoint, but also from the Warriors standpoint. So he's got to go through a clearance to get back out there on the court. Now, to me, I think this is going to take some time because I think they want to study his behavior patterns away from the game over a period of time. So that's where I believe the indefinitely comes in at.
So you feel like it definitely is. Do you feel like it's the right move for them to go indefinitely, or do you feel like it should be that's a little harsh.
I think it's the right move, but I think it's too late. I think it should have happened when he choked the dude out. Actually, they gave him a second chance to see if he would right the wrong, and he proved to himself who he is, how he behaves, and not only that, but to the NBA and also to the fans. Because one thing about it, King, we have kids going out watching these ball games. He's
Definitely.
promoting violence on the basketball court.
Wow.
You cannot do that. And here's the other thing about it that's very bad. Imagine Draymond get into a scuffle with one of the guys. Before you know it, his teammates are going to rush in. Their teammates are going to rush in. Now you have a melee on the court. You have multiple fines, multiple suspensions. So his behavior is basically affecting several people who play basketball.
Well, I think we actually, when we look at it, I think we actually have to understand that when Draymond is out here doing these crazy things, what it affects more than anything, it affects the league. More than anything, it affects the league. It affects the league, and it puts a damper. Pretty much always it puts a damper on the league that's going on, and I think that's the issue that a lot of people have. I heard Richard Jefferson talk about, hey, man, this is a bad look for the league. I heard other people coming and saying this is a bad look for the league. And the people who are really, really big Draymond Green supporters are actually standing there and saying, hey, man, I really can't rock with you on this one. This is the one thing I can't really rock with you on. In this situation, you throwing people down, you continuously putting yourself in a position where you're hurting your team. I think that's definitely something that's going on and something that people have to take into account. And I think the league is taking into account to suspend him indefinitely. I mean, what do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's the right move. If you go to the step-by-step process and look at it to see what happened with the occasion, King, he was out there. Well, actually, the outbound passer was finna pass the ball to him. He walked all the way out there to the three-point line, put his left hand on the guy that he hit so he can keep him close by, actually grabbed his jersey twice, and then turned around and did a pirouette spin with a 360 and cold cutted the guy on purpose. Come on, man. There's no need for that in basketball.
I totally agree. Totally agree with you. At the end of the day, I think that Draymond has to make sure that whatever is going on, because it seems like it's something going on at home. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe in his life, or whatever he has going on, it seems like it's a lot going on. Now, we got a call. Man, the phone lines is going to be crazy tonight. We're going to see this work. We're going to see, Bo. We're going to see if it works. We're going to try it. Let's see if we can get the phone lines. We got the phone lines. Somebody's calling the phone lines. And hopefully you guys can hear it. Hello?
Let's interview him.
Hey, what's going on? What's up? Can you hear him, Bo?
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him, Bo?
I can't. Who is it?
Who is this on the line? This is Antonio. Antonio calling. What's up, Antonio? How you doing?
I can barely hear him.
You can barely hear him? That's what you said?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me give you a little volume, Antonio, so we can make sure you're coming in clear, loud and clear here. Hold on 1 second. Yes. All right, Antonio, you might hear a little echo, but we should be. Go ahead, Antonio.
I told y'all a couple weeks ago that Draymond Green will kick that league forever.
Forever? What you think, Bo? Can you hear him now, Bo?
I can hear him a little bit, but I can't make out what he's saying. What did
he said he feels like Draymond should be kicked out forever.
No, not forever, Antonio. Maybe until the cognitive test clears him to come back. I think the indefinitely is a great definitive tool to use for him because he has to clear waivers all the way through. Let's just take it a step-by-step process to see how he behaves through this process. Now, I will say this. If he goes through all of this and turns around and do something foolish again, then I'm definitely going to say half of a season.
All right, so he said he said he thinks it's a half a season. Antonio said he's out of control. He's a madman. He feels like he's a madman, Bo. Do you feel like he's out of control, Bo, and he's a madman?
I wouldn't go as far as calling him a madman, but I would say he is out of control on the basketball court, and the actions are showing it, and it speaks louder than words. And he is actually on the court doing harm to other people. And the thing about it, King, these people are not harming him. He's creating all the physical action. He's creating everything.
Can you hear him, Antonio?
Not in him. I can't hear him no longer.
Hold on, I think I tell you we have some issues with that. He said that he's causing the physical actions and the physical harm that's happening. It's happening because he's causing that within himself. And I think at the end of the day, it's called. You know how much money he's lost? Anywhere from $3 million to $6 million in fines, and he's only second to Rasheed Wallace in suspensions. I think Rasheed had like 25, and Draymond has like 17. So you're looking at somebody that has, over the course of a career, giving back $6 million up to $6 million, right? That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money, and I think that's something you definitely have to take into effect and take it into consideration, Antonio. Anything else you gotta say, Antonio?
Yeah, but the thing about it, okay, think about it. Think about this, man. Okay. He kicked LeBron James.
Okay.
Okay. Then he punched his own teammate Poole. Then he turned around and choked the dude, and then he turned around and just punched somebody again. Come on, man.
He said kick somebody, punch somebody, choke somebody, then turn around and punch the man and punch another man. You got definitely. How you feel about that, Bo?
Hey, Antonio, you got some good points. You're giving a timeline of events of bad behavior from one individual basketball player. So, I'm not against a half of a season suspension. I said that the last time. But, the thing is now I'm glad they've taken action. It seems like they should have been taking action. One of the things between him and Rasheed Wallace will get kicked out of the games for arguing with the referees. Draymond is getting kicked out of the game for physical violence against other players. And Rasheed Wallace, he would stand his own ground. I'll give him that. He wasn't a cumbersome guy whatsoever. But the thing about Rasheed is he typically got kicked out for the referees calling him for fouls. And he complained about that a lot. But as far as Draymond goes, man, he's got people with their head on a swivel out there making sure that he doesn't violate them on the basketball court, man. And the game of basketball it's a physical sport, but it's not a violent sport. And there's a difference and Draymond is interacting in violent actions, and something has to be done. And I'm glad the league took action.
I think I actually know. I'm happy that they took action after all this time. It's been crazy. It's superly been crazy. I think he's acted out of pocket multiple times. He's done some crazy things, and I think this is the league going and saying, okay, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know how your mama used to be like, boy, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired now. You know what I'm saying? I think the league is saying right now they're sick and tired of Draymond. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they dropped the hammer on and suspended him indefinitely. And we don't know how long indefinitely is. It's more come out to say if it's 5, 10 games, 12 games, half the season, whatever. But this is gonna be huge, and it's gonna be interesting, Bo and Antonio. It's gonna be interesting to see what the Players Association does. What's gonna be their recourse to the situation that's going on with Draymond? It's gonna be interesting to see how the Players Association, because a lot of players are saying they can't really rock with him because of what he did, but then you have other players just saying, "Hey, it is what it is." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other players say, "Hey, he made this bed, he should lay in it." How do you feel about it, Antonio?
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
If a person still going in the store stealing, do they still need to go in the store?
That's a great question. Bo, what you think?
Hey, that's a good point. Two different scenarios. He can be barred from the store once again, indefinitely for a timetable, but eventually they'll probably go back in there. But the situation with Draymond, I think that indefinitely comes in based on the days, because he's going to probably have to go through a psychological evaluation, and they're not going to measure that based on games missed. They're going to measure that on cognitive responses throughout days. So then definitely comes in based on what medical experts say over a period of time. So at the end of the day with Draymond, he could be gone 2 weeks. He could be gone a month. He could be gone 3 months. It all depends on how these psychological tests comes back. The battery tests, sometimes depending on what you say, could cause you to be out a little bit longer, and vice versa. It could cause you to come back into play a whole lot faster. But once you play the tape and look at the videos, then they're going to deep dive into why he's behaving like this on the court. And there's a mentality to have on the basketball court, but he's over exceeding that, and I think that's causing a lot of people to be injured because at the end of the day, he's actually committing battery on the basketball court. These are crimes he's committing on the court, if you think about it.
Go ahead. Well, I agree with you, Bo. I think that at the end of the day, it is a situation where we're actually seeing his counterparts. We're seeing his cohorts. You're seeing normally you see Steve Kerr come out and really be supportive of Draymond, but now you're kind of seeing people, saying okay, they kind of doing it a little bit like how they did John Morant. John Morant, that'll be back very soon. John Morant, that'll be back. I think I have 3 games left to John Morant. John Morant come out. So I think they're kind of like, all right, cool. We really got to drop the hammer on them this time. That's what they're doing. Last words, Antonio. What you got? Last words, Antonio. You got last words?
Well, I mean, like I said a while ago, Draymond Green is just out of control. And I like what the NBA is doing. They said indefinitely. Indefinitely could be a year, 2 years. But the thing about it, when he do stuff, he don't really sit back and listen. I mean, sit back and think about it. He just keep doing stuff over and over. That's 4 incidents he done had. So what you think, King and Bo?
All right, Antonio, I think I got another caller. Get ready to call in, man. We appreciate it. We'll answer you on the other end, okay? Thank you for calling in, brother.
All
right. All right, so, Bo, all right, so what you really be dropping the envelope on him. How do you feel about it?
King, I didn't hear a word you said, man. What happened?
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear you a few seconds ago.
Oh, okay. I was saying, did you have a response to what Antonio said? Or could you not hear me? Go ahead.
I heard him, but it's just one of those things where and definitely, I still think it's a little too late. I mean, I think it should have happened last time. But at the end of the day, I'm about like Taylor on this one. He has some mental issues, and they're going to have to do some evaluation. So the suspension will definitely mean days instead of games because he has the clear protocols, and he's going to be sitting down with some psychological experts, and there's no telling how long that they're going to want to evaluate him.
That's what's up. Listen, man, we're live. You can call us at 478-569-6110, 478-569-6110. Actually, y'all, let me be honest with y'all. We was late tonight because I was trying to get this phone situation. Guys, irked me last time what we haven't doing. It's still not working the way I want to, but it's a little bit better. We get there. Just by New Year's, got all the kinks. We're going to have all the kinks, everything worked out by New Year's. You know what I'm saying? New show, new brand, and everything. I'm working on it, as you guys can tell. But if you want to call, be a part of the show, it's 478-569-6110. Phone lines are open. We're talking about Draymond Green right here on the Unnamed Sports Show with your host, KDJ, and Bo Breezy. Man, Draymond suspended indefinitely. Wojnarowski came out and said, hey, just released that he's been suspended indefinitely after turning around and pimp slapping the Phoenix Sun, backhanded the Phoenix Sun player. So it's interesting to see the dynamic. And one thing that we had, and shout out to Telly for listening, man. We appreciate you, doctor. One thing that we had was people that were like I said earlier, that were Draymond Green apologists. I wasn't that. Bo, you were a little harsher than I was because I said he should have got 10 games for the choke. I thought it was egregious. You said 20 games. You said half season. And this is one of the things, I got to give you props, Bo. This is one of the things that you said. You said he's a repeat offender and it could possibly happen again. Now, suspended indefinitely, how long do you kind of see this thing going?
King, honestly, it all depends on the evaluation. I mean, the evaluation could start with roughly 100 questions and end with 1,000 questions, and it all depends on how he responded to them. One thing about a psychological evaluation, they're not just going to ask him questions; they're going to want to know how he responds. They're going to watch his body language. They're going to look at his tone, and then they're going to make their judgments based on computer rankings and ratings, and then it's going to spit out some type of algorithm of how they think he behaves.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, that will depend on how long the NBA decides to sit him down. Believe it or not, King, I don't mean any harm with Draymond. They could say, hey, you may need to be prescribed some type of medication. I
Do you
mean,
think
it
it's that
could be.
serious?
Well, I don't think it is, but it all depends on how it plays itself out. Because you got to look at it, King. This guy is physically assaulting people. He's a repeat offender of physically assaulting people on the basketball court, and he don't care about losing millions of dollars behind it. So there has to be something there mentally. He's going overboard with the basketball mentality. 7, 8 years ago, when he had that hard drive to foul people hard, to have people scared to come into the paint, and then to dish it, then to shoot a three, and to take a flop. 7, 8 years ago, that was fantastic. But he's now taking it to an entirely new level that is harming people on the basketball court. And he's not even being considerate to think about other people's feelings. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, that's wild. If you want to be a part of the show, once again, you can call 478-946. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give y'all my phone number. 478-569-6110. Once again, 478-569-6110. Speaking on the Draymond Green information and the Draymond Green situation where Draymond has been suspended indefinitely, what do you think this means for the Golden State Warriors? What do you think this means for them? They're already 10-13, I think. Out in one of the last teams in the West. What do you think this means for them now?
King, if I had to play a game of word association, the first thing I would say is distraction. It's a distraction to the team because when you have instances like that after ball games, players go sit at their lockers and the reporters come in and here goes the flood line of questions from the reporters and they have to answer questions pertaining to someone else's behavior. And that's a problem because there's certain things that you can and can't say. I mean, you don't want to just talk bad about the guy because he is your playmate. He is your partner. He's somebody you go to war with out there on the basketball court. He's somebody who defends for you. He's somebody who you're trying to win with. He is supposed to be a model teammate of yours. And then you have to turn around and have his back on situations like this. It's hard to do so. So the words that you choose to say from a Steph Curry, those same words to choose from what's the other guard name?
Klay Thompson, who is struggling.
Klay Thompson. It's hard for them to describe it in a nice way, but at the same time, don't ruffle the feathers of Draymond Green because he's right there in the locker room with them. And you put them between a rock and a hard place to have those type of conversations with reporters. So it becomes a distraction all the way around. And not only that, it's in the tabloids, it's in the newspapers, it's all over San Francisco. And that behavior is unwarranted. And at the end of the day, you're already not winning, and now you have something like this that continue to go on. Then it's to the point to where, at this point in time, you got to sit down with the coach and say, "Hey, what are we going to do about Draymond?"
I agree. I agree totally. I think you have to definitely look at Draymond and say, okay, what are we going to do with Draymond? How are we going to go? How are we going to go forward with this? A lot of players and people are calling for him to be. A lot of players are calling for him to be very much so suspended. Some players are calling. Some of the older players are calling for him to sit him down and something to happen. But you know what? I didn't know as many people like Draymond like that. I'm not a huge Draymond fan. I've never been, but he has a lot of supporters too, though. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that he's a champion, 4-time champion, defensive player of the year, probably a Hall of Famer if he doesn't keep adding the food. I think this hurts him a little bit in making the Hall of Fame, but probably I would say he was the first ballot Hall of Famer. He keep adding up, he might not be that, but definitely a Hall of Famer. I understand it, but this has to be very disappointing to the Golden State Warriors and their organization.
I mean, it puts a bad mark on the brand of the franchise. Something has to be done. They've got to sit the player down. They got to reevaluate him. They got, the NBA not too long ago started having sponsorships on the jerseys. So when you have people that are invested and they see where behavior patterns are outlandish from people who are wearing their brand, then they begin to put pressure on ownership to do something. Because at the
Right,
end of the day, he can affect their market.
right. And I think, and that is it. And I think a big thing too it affects is the dynasty that they have, because you have, if they trade Draymond and the way Clay is struggling, this may really be the beginning. Like we thought a couple of years ago, the beginning of, then they came and won a championship year before last. But this could really, really be the end of the dynasty. This could
Oh yeah,
definitely be.
it was some things in question about 2 years ago when he just re-signed that contract, whether or not if he was going to re-sign with them or not. They
Yeah,
debated that for a while.
definitely. Let's see if we can get this call coming up in here. Let's see if we can get it up in the thing. I might have to just go speak on this one. Hello, caller, you there? Hold on 1 second. Hold on, we're trying to get you running through the system. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, try to get you through the system. Hold on, give me a call right back. Give me a call right back. Let me get you the system right back. Call me right back, like literally right back. All right, he gonna call me right back. Try to get him running through the system. Hold on 1 second. So we're talking about Draymond Green here. We're trying to take your calls 478-569-6110. 478-569-6110. We try to get y'all in, man. We having a little bit of technical difficulties. That's why we started a little bit late too. We want to get up, make sure we get all the calls in that we can. And but we talk about that. I say it could be the end of the dynasty. How you feel about that? The end of the Golden State Warriors dynasty.
I think it's on the cusp. I think it's happening, and I think it's already in the making. They're not getting any younger over there in Golden State. And at the end of the day, you got to give them a thumbs up. They've won some championships. They've done their due diligence. To me, Steph Curry is the best shooter to ever shoot the basketball in the NBA, hands down.
Hands down.
And his sidekick Thompson, Draymond, the physical player. They've had KD to come over there and win a couple of
Ella,
rings with the
turn off
team.
your. I need to turn your AirPods and get off my stuff. Go ahead, keep going.
But
Keep going.
overall, though, I think it's the end of the dynasty because I don't see him staying in Golden State too much longer because of his behavior pattern. And if he does, then he's not going to be the same player that he is now because that's going to take some of his emotions out of the game once he returns.
All right, but we got a caller. Caller, you live?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Hi, who we speaking to?
This is Mark. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing fine. I was told to call in here. I want to see what y'all talking about today.
We talk about Draymond getting suspended indefinitely after pimp slapping Nurkic last night. How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, you know what? I mean, everybody tries to outdate the way he plays the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, back whenever I was coming up, we all had on our team. You know what I'm saying? Or Anthony Mason or somebody. Everybody had a rough dude about like Robin Wood when he played for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I like he still got that kind of attitude toward the game because I don't think Golden State would be where they are without him. Now, he didn't got kind of outlandish with what he does. Now I think he knows that they not gonna do that with him regardless. It's gonna take the NBA to have to do something about him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of he getting too out there with it now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't I would love for him to be my teammate if I had a basketball team. I was drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Bo, go ahead. How you feel about it?
Hey, who do we have on?
Who's this speaking again?
This is Mark Carswell.
Mark Carswell.
Mark Carswell, what's up, buddy? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Bo? You all right, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Montrose, Georgia in the house, baby.
Yeah, man, I heard that. I heard that. Same here, bro. Same here.
The way how I feel about the King, I think he's 100% right. I think everybody has to have, that tough man mentality, that one player on the team who could defend the paint. And there's a certain way to defend the paint, but I think Draymond is a little bit over the top with what he's doing. And now the NBA has to make some adjustments. So Mark, I think you're spot on. I think you're 100%. Hey, King, by the way, we got Mr. Mark Carswell on the phone. This is a diehard Eagles fan.
Oh, Mark, Mr. Carswell.
I've been an Eagles fan ever since. Randall Cunningham, bro.
Hey, Randall Cunningham is one of my favorite players of all time.
I got the tattoo of the Eagles on my arm, bro.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Who you like?
who I like? Bo, you might want to tell who I like. Who I like? How about them Cowboys?
Okay, all right. So that means that you're in an abusive relationship then, right?
I'm in an abusive. I'm in an abusive relationship. Yeah, what's up, Joe? What's up, Bo?
King, tell Mark I got a question for him.
You with a beautiful woman that ain't gonna never give you a ring. You ain't gonna never get no ring from this lady.
Hey, Mark. Bo says he got a question for you, Mark. Go ahead, Bo.
Hey, Mark, your star wide receiver has came out and gone public and said that the offense is too predictable. How do you feel about that, and do you think he should have went public on that?
I agree with what he's saying, and I think that the public knows it now. It's too much game film on us now, because if we can't run the ball at all, then our passing game can't get going at all. And I saw the difference in our offense once Dallas Goedert went down. It was a big difference on how our offense ran as far as picking up first downs, everything they do involves around the offensive line and the tight end. You know what I'm saying? The receivers get their money whenever they have to seat up to defend the run or the short pass. That's whenever Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown can get off. You notice, I actually thought that they were going to take Julio Jones and put him in the slot. That's what I wanted them to do. But especially once Dallas Goedert got hurt. But I don't know. We got some soul searching to do right now, man. I knew we weren't going to go through that gauntlet unscathed. And plus, we still got Seahawks coming up this weekend. So we gotta buckle back down. We gotta buckle back down and get back to running the ball the way we have. I don't know what's going on with DeAndre Swift, but he needs to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna have to get somebody to help him. They gotta have running back by committee or something. But we have to run the ball. We have to. You know what I mean? I don't need Jalen Hurts running the ball 15 to 20 times a game. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna be helpful when we go to the playoffs. He'll be tired, beat up, and all that. So I'm kind of worried right now. But we got to get back that winning ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? I knew once we lost to the 49ers, I knew we was gonna lose to the Cowboys. I knew it.
I knew it too. I knew it too, Mark. I knew y'all was gonna lose to the Cowboys too. I called that a long time ago.
Hey, Mark, let me ask you this. I saw something the other night. It said that you guys got like one of the easier schedules left for the rest of the season. If you guys beat the Seahawks, do you guys think that maybe y'all could get back in the first place overall? Or do you guys think that maybe, going through these next 4 or 5 games give you guys some advantages if you guys could win at least by 2 touchdowns in those games going into the playoffs. How do you feel about where you guys are right now headed towards the playoffs?
Well, if we beat the Seahawks, I think we'll run the gauntlet on the rest of it. I think we'll run the table on the rest of it. And the Eagles are about like the Chiefs are. We need home field advantage in the playoffs. In order for us to get where we gotta go, we have to have home field advantage. I don't think we can go to San Francisco and win. I don't believe we can go to Dallas and win in the playoffs. But those are the only 2 teams that I see standing in our way of getting back to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are the same way. If I didn't know that Patrick Mahomes has never played a away game in the playoffs.
That's a big deal, though. Like that yeah, that's a big deal.
That's
a big deal. That's a big deal. I didn't know. I don't mean to get subject, but ever since Tyreek Hill left there, they've been scrambling, trying to find the right receiver to fill the void that he left. They thought they were getting it with Tony. He got the same kind of skill set, but he's not Tyreek Hill. He's not Tyreek Hill. Everybody they bring over that can't catch now, and the only person he really got to depend on is Travis Kelce. That's it. He ain't gonna win like that. Not in the playoffs. He won't. He's gonna run up on a team. He's gonna run up on a team
like the Cowboys or the 49ers or something like that. Yeah.
Well, he's in the AFC, so it'll be either somebody like Miami, Baltimore, teams like that. Maybe Buffalo. You never know. Buffalo is, they're pushing too.
You know what I mean? We're gonna find out what kind of quarterback he is now because he's gonna have to play some road games in order to get to the Super Bowl this time.
Hey, it's alleged that you know what quarterback he said that he should pay attention to, right?
Which one?
He said he need to take some notes from that. And the Cowboy offense with the quick to throw the ball quick out of his head, get the ball quickly out of his head.
You know what?
So you want a quarterback to take notes from that? They got 2 Super Bowl rings.
I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. He talking about Jalen Hurts.
This is the best football I've ever seen. Dak Prescott play, and I know you can admit to that, right?
I can.
Right?
True. Facts.
This is the best you've ever seen him play. He's never played this good before.
Facts. It's been I think he played. Maybe his rookie year he had some moments, but as a complete quarterback, that's true. That's facts. That's right. I'll say this. I say this about Philly. I think. Oh, this is the question I got for you, Mark, and Bo. I got this question for you too, Bo. Some people are starting to compare AJ Brown, and I think even Donovan McNabb. That was a big story that came out. Donovan McNabb started comparing AJ Brown to who? Terrell Owens. How do you feel about that? Because basically, he's been complaining about the quarterback play and the offense. Is he starting to kind of show some, because a lot of wide receivers turn to divas. Is he starting to show that little, diva mentality? And can you kind of say, okay, this could be the Terrell Owens thing starting all over again?
Well, I don't believe he's going to take it that far, but I see the skill set part that they're talking about when it comes to T.O. As far as his attitude is concerned, I don't believe that he is going to, I think him and Jalen better than that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Owens and Don McNabb didn't know each other personally before he joined that team. They didn't know each other personally. The one thing you can't say about T.O. is he didn't let you down on the field.
Gotcha.
He went out there with 110%. He gave it to you, and you can't complain about his play at all.
Right.
Now, if he is willing to call out some bull crap in the locker room, I don't see nothing wrong with that. There's a man talking to another man. You might not like the way I say what I said, but we men, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a business.
Right.
It's not just a game. It's a business. We was was trying to get to the Super Bowl, and it was I pretty much was on T.O. side with that argument when it come to him and Dalton now. I liked him as a quarterback as far as how he played on the field, but I didn't like his attitude and how he carried himself off the field. Off the field, he was on some prima donna stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he always wanted to be compared to the best black quarterbacks of the league. You remember back whenever he was really playing ball, Steve McNair was out there too.
Right.
Michael Vick was out there too.
Right.
Tate Culpepper was out there too. It was a Cordell Stewart. It was a lot of different black quarterbacks besides him, but he wanted to be the best.
Right.
And he wanted to say it out their mouth that he was the best black quarterback, I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when T.O. came over there, it made him a better player, but he didn't see it that way. He thought it was the other way around. He felt like he was the best. He felt like he was the best quarterback that T.O. had ever played with besides Steve Jones.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I was really on T.O.'s side with that, but I think with him what AJ and Billy need to do is go have a come to Jesus talk or whatever. Him and his receivers, all of them together, go and talk about this shit and excuse me because sorry about that.
There you go.
But somebody got to go and sit down and talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because talking to the media ain't never been beneficial to nobody. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the media before you talk to who you got a problem with. I mean, what kind of problem with that is that gonna solve?
Right. Well, Mark, I think Bo, you got anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I think both of those guys are similar in stature as far as height, build, physicality, and speed, craftiness, ingredients of the wide receiver makeup. But I like what Mark said. They have almost like the same skill set. This is his first time going public, saying something that probably should have kept in-house. Maybe he can fix it. Maybe he can go back and apologize to his teammates about it and not have to be a repeat offender on a situation like that. But if he continues to talk like this, then yeah, you can start saying he's headed towards the path of being a prima donna. But let's hope that he don't do that again, because these are the things that disrupt locker rooms. And when you got a team that's already lost a couple of key ball games back to back, what makes them a good football team is how they handle adversity. And if they're not handling the adversity well inside of the locker room, then don't be surprised if there'll be a quick out in the playoffs. Hopefully that won't happen, because they're too good of a football team to have an emotional roller coaster in the locker room that's affecting their play out there on the grass. But overall, the main thing is that they get this fixed and they keep it in house, and it doesn't happen again. But if it happens again, then don't be surprised if the Eagles start beginning to work out a deal to send him somewhere else.
All right, Mark, man, we appreciate you, doctor, for calling in. Man, we gotta get you back in next week. Call back again next week. We'll talk about it, see how they did after the weekend.
Hey, Mark, good hearing from you, buddy. Take care.
Hey, man. All right, man. Make sure you catch us on YouTube, Facebook, everybody, the other day. So thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir.
Hey, much love, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Sure. So, all right. So at the end of the day, Bo, I think we definitely, and man, the phone line's been crazy tonight. At the end of the day, it's definitely been something where, you know, we kind of dipped off into the Eagles a little bit, dealing with the Eagles and what they had going on and everything they had going on, and then coming back and making sure that we're able to do what we have. I think at the end of the day, Bo, it's going to be interesting to see. Now, we already jumped to football. You ready to jump to football? We already there, so let's go. Might as well. We already there. Now, if you understand what happened with this weekend, somebody's team on Monday night had a really, 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 really rough go at it. I ain't gonna call no names, ain't gonna say that, but somebody's team had a really, really, really rough go at it. And you know, it might have been the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins lost. And what's that score, Bo?
By one, 27-28.
27-28. I'm gonna let you go first. What did you see? What did you see? What did you like? What did you like about Miami and what the Dolphins had? And also, what did you see? What did you like? What did you see? What did you like about what the Dolphins did? What did they do? And why did you think they lost the game?
King, I sat down, and this is one of the games that I've watched them a lot this year, but I wanted to evaluate Miami this time. And I sat down real closely and evaluated them because we're talking about Monday Night Football, a national televised football game. So you had an opportunity, the Miami Dolphins, they had an opportunity to go out there and re-seize the number one seed in the AFC on national TV. If you are a championship contender, you are supposed to embarrass the Tennessee Titans. I mean, walk the dog on them. But that told me something about the football team, not the franchise, but the football team. That told me one thing, that the coach, the head coach, I'm gonna go out and say this, does not hold the players. He does not hold them accountable. And I can honestly say that because I saw several times in the game where it exposed itself. The Bradley Chubb situation, where he actually missed a sack. That's on him, nobody else. Once he missed the sack, the guy still did not get the first down. It still was 4th and 5. He took off his helmet and slammed it. Gave them 15 yards and a first down, and they wind up scoring a touchdown. He himself gave them 4 points. He himself. And we lost by one. He actually put fuel on the fire, missed a sack, and then gave him a first down. So that's accountability. King, you play football, I play football. If you got a coach on that sideline, a head coach on that sideline to hold the team accountable, you know better than to do that. You know you can't do that because you can't run over there to that sideline because he's finna give you an earful.
Right.
And, and,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and he's not holding the players accountable. But I can tell you, and here's my other thing. We're celebrating touchdowns in the end zone, doing all these stunts for what? You took an L. Barry Sanders, Bye Bye Barry. If you ever seen the show, Bye Bye Barry on Prime, then you'll see Barry score multiple touchdowns. He has never spiked the football. Barry scored a touchdown. He get the ball to the referee. If Barry can't score a touchdown, if he scores a touchdown, if he can't get the ball to the referee, Barry will always tell another guy, "Hey man, get a referee the football." And they knew not to spike it because the football came from Barry. So what I'm trying to say is, Miami Dolphins, you're a good football team. Act like you've been there before. You don't have to showcase everything you do. You're a great football team. You're one of the best football teams in the NFL, but you got to prove it. The NFL is any given Sunday. You got to step out there and prove it. Another thing, I love Xavier Howard. He's the longest tenured Miami Dolphin. The longest tenure. He's been an All-Pro. He's been to the Pro Bowl at least 4 times. But King, a Miami Dolphin fan will look intricately way better than anybody else. Guess what Xavier Howard did, King?
What did he do? What did he do?
Xavier Howard wanted an interception so bad that he missed 3 trying to catch the ball. On the first series of the game, when he and Brandon Jones fell, when he had to get helped off the field, Brandon Jones bumped into him because he was trying to get an interception. The long pass play to B. Hopkins, all he had to do was swat the ball down instead of trying to get an interception. Levis threw an incomplete pass in the end zone, and which led to a field goal for Tennessee. He dropped an interception in the end zone. He tried his best to get an interception on Monday Night Football, wound up hurting the Dolphins. He gave them 3 points by missing 1. He gave them a long pass by not batting it down. And he almost hurt himself when him and Brandon Jones ran into each other in the first series. And I sat there and watched him, and I said, you know what, Xavier Howard, stop trying to get an interception. Just swat the ball down, brother. And then Tyreek Hill got hurt. I've been saying it for the longest. One of the worst. We made a lot of great off-season acquisitions. Several, all the way across the board. We retained just about 95% of all of our players. But the one player that we did not retain, I wanted us to retain very badly, was Trent Sherfield. If you guys don't know who Trent Sherfield is the wide receiver that plays for the Buffalo Bills. He left us, went over there. Last year, he caught for like 400 yards and about 5 or 6 touchdowns. Trent Sherfield was our wide receiver 3 last year.
Right.
He was behind Tyreek and Waddle. We don't have that anymore. Cedric Wilson is good, but he's not getting that playing time that he deserves. Cray Craft is not getting the playing time. We got Claypool on the sideline. Claypool is on the sideline. He's dressed out. He's not playing on the offensive side. He's just getting special team reps. We got a lot of good receivers, but Miami is not implementing them in the game plan. If it doesn't go through Tyreek, then guess what? You can't get on the field unless it goes through Tyreek. And the only way you get on the field and you get the ball, he has to be double covered. And then they're looking to Waddle first, and then maybe somebody else. Our offense is going through Tyreek. In order to win a Super Bowl, to go to the playoffs and win playoff games, it cannot go through Tyreek. He's not going to be there all the time. We've got to put other people into position so we can win. We've got to get a good wide receiver 3, and we've got one of the best running games in the NFL. You got the running back out there leading the NFL in touchdowns, Mostert. You got another running back averaging 9 yards up in A-chain. Miami Dolphins, they ran a lot of sweeps, but King, one of the biggest issues that I noticed, they didn't run an off tackle until they got to the end zone or close inside of the 5-yard line. The main thing with Miami is they need to start running the ball off tackle somewhere between the 20 and 20, and that's not what they're doing. So to me, I blame Matt Daniel. Special teams missed a field goal, got blocked. That's another 3 points. 14-point lead with 3 minutes to go, and we lost by 1. A debacle on the defense. It was a total team effort. What Miami did was they ripped defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Wait a minute. Did you say they ripped? Wait, you said they ripped the feet out of the jaws of victory. Listen, thank y'all. Victory, I got you. Thank you for listening to the Unnamed Sports Show. I'm King Joe. I'm here with Bo Brown, Bo Reese, the host of the show. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. One thing we definitely agree upon is the fact that when Tyreek Hill went down, when Tyreek Hill was hurt, when he's hurt, your whole offense changed. And as much as we try to demonize, or much as we talk about how good a team that Miami is, they're just not as successful when Tyreek isn't playing. And without him in the game, it became very problematic. It became very problematic without him in the game that their offense stalled a little bit. Now, they still put up, 27 points? They still put up 27, which is not bad.
Well, one of them was a defensive touchdown.
Right. What was the thing? Right, correct. But their offense stalled when Tyreek went down, and that's the issue. I think the same thing with Brock Purdy in San Francisco to a certain extent is like they're a well-oiled machine long as all the parts of the machine is working correctly. You know what I'm saying? As long as the parts are oiled, well, then they're a well-oiled machine. Well, if something goes off or something pops off, it's a problem. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
I questioned you last week.
Okay.
And this week here showed me I was wrong for doing that. Remember when you said, Bo, the Miami Dolphins are a good football team, but I don't trust Tua? Remember that?
I definitely said that. Yes, I did.
King, you know what? I don't trust him either. Because if you take a look at it, he is the other person on that offense besides Tyreek that has a C on his chest. So that means that you have got to take control of this ball game as a quarterback. You know the offense better than anybody else. Tyreek is out. You got to have a conversation with your players, tell them where you want them to be, how the ball is going to get there. I didn't see that happen not one single time. He is not a person who is going to lead the Miami Dolphins to win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. His arm is not strong enough.
Wow. Well, wait a minute, Bo. Wait. Go ahead. Well, here's
the thing. Well, you got to look at it for what it's worth. All right, we played the Washington. Well, they've had 3 nicknames in the past 3 years. You've got the Commanders, the football team, and the Redskins. So we played them last week. He threw a bomb to Tyreek Hill. He threw the ball on the wrong shoulder. Tyreek made an adjustment to catch the ball. In the playoffs, you cannot do that. In the playoffs, that's an interception against a decent defender. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry, man. I don't have the faith in Tua. We went over there to Germany and played Kansas City on 4th down and 1, 4th and 5. He fumbled the ball on a snap. It went out of his hands. He fell on it. 4th and 5 here. He stumbled in trash, which that's what I'm calling him on a slide. He stumbled in trash and got he's not a person who you can hand the football with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go, which was what was going on Monday, with no timeouts, and say, hey, we're down by 1, get us in field goal range. He couldn't do it at home. He let a rookie come into Miami on a primetime game, sitting 4-8, defeat him in his backyard. There's no way Tom Brady, there's no way Peyton Manning would have done. There's no way Patrick Mahomes would have allowed anything like that. So that goes to tell me he doesn't have ice in his vein, King. I have no faith in Tua. Miami is a championship Super Bowl team, except for the quarterback position, and I think the head coach choked when we get in tight ball games. I'm a diehard Miami fan. I've seen it all this year. It's happened all this year for every loss we've had, except for the blowout against Buffalo Bills.
I'm bashing him tonight.
All right, you been tough on him, but all right. So, and I know this is. I was talking to my friend Terrence Thomas. Shout out to Terrence Thomas. I talked to him today. We was talking about Georgia, Dallas, and Cowboys and everything. And he was talking about the Cowboys and how I'm a Cowboy fan and stuff like that. And this is gonna lead to the question, Bo, that I have for you. Are you jumping off the bandwagon though? You said that Tua would not take you to the championship. So are you basically saying that Miami is no longer a favorite to win the championship?
No, we're not going to be a favorite. I'm a diehard Miami fan. I'm still a fan. I'm going to always be a fan. But at the same time, King, you got to use your brain with some things. You got to be factual. If it's not there, it's just not there. Hey, I'm gonna give you a segment. I talked to a guy. One of the guys, I met a guy. I want to say this was it was fairly cold. I want to say it was around February. All right, it was a truck driver. He came to the site. He came to the company where we work at. He's from Miami, and I'm a diehard Miami fan. And I say, hey, man, you from Miami, right? He said, yeah, I'm from Miami. I said, well, let me ask you a question, man. I said, hey, I'm a big-time Dolphin fan. Expectations are set high. I think we're going to win the Super Bowl, man. How do you feel? This guy's from Miami. You know what he told me? He said, man, I'm going to be honest with you. He said, they got a good football team, but Tua is not that guy. His brain is scrambled. He's not that guy. I said, wow. I said, so you think Tua's going to hold us back? He said, look, man, I'm here to tell you, he's had so many hits. The Miami Dolphins are afraid that he's going to get hit. And at the end of the day, Tua is slower than what he's supposed to be cognitively because of all of the hits. King, I looked at that guy, I said, he don't know what he's talking about. But you know what, King? It's beginning to show me different.
So you've lost all hope in Tua.
I have no trust that Tonga Viola will win a Super Bowl for the Dolphins. For number one, King, I don't think he has the arm strength to get the ball in the playoffs.
But he's been balling this year, though. He's been putting work this year with Tyreek. Okay. They've been bumper screens. They've been little stuff. All right. I'm not the one to defend Tua or the Miami Dolphins. I'm not a huge fan of either, right? So I don't want to come off and say, it is what it is. But I will say this: I still consider Miami a threat. I think I'm not ready to discount them. Now they do have a tough sled. They play who they play this week? They play the Cowboys next week.
We've got the Jets coming to town this week.
Right. And Jets, and you got renewed vigor from the Jets. That's hilarious. That's funny. You got
for how long? Because he's got a juggling Mr. High, but he's got a juggling.
That's hilariously funny. You got renewed vigor from the Jets quarterback, who they had to legitimately they had to legitimately go back to him because they released the third string quarterback that was behind him. They released him. And then Zach Wilson said that he was playing with house money. He had nothing to lose, so he might as well let it rip. And we was like, well, why you want to do that from the beginning of the year? You should have been letting it rip from the beginning of the
Exactly.
year. Offensive player of the week, we got to say, wait a minute, you got to put some respect by that man's name. Offensive player of the week, Zach Wilson for the New York Jets. He said he had to let it rip, right? So that's gonna be a decent. That's gonna be an interesting game, especially if Tyreek is hurt.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're 9-5 before you blink your eyes. Right now we're 9-4. I wouldn't be surprised if we're 9-5. And one of the major reasons why I say that because it is very tough to beat the same team twice that play in your own division. It's tough to sweep a team in the NFL from the division. It is tough to do that. But overall, though, the thing that I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna be honest to you about Tua, man, he hasn't shown me nothing in the big moment. The Kansas City game, the big moment, he didn't come through for the team. The big moment against Tennessee, he didn't come through for the team. How often must we say this? He's not coming through for the team. He hasn't played in a playoff game. Last year we made the playoffs. He didn't quarterback that game. He was out with a concussion. Our third string quarterback started that game. So Tua hasn't played in a playoff game with our football team yet. So to me, King, yeah, he's making throws to Tyreek. He's making throws to Waddle. And also I'm going to blame McDaniel because McDaniel does not utilize the tight end enough.
I don't think I'm going to tell you two things he doesn't do either. Like, I think he doesn't utilize A-Chain the right way either. Mozart's having a great year. Don't get it twisted. Mozart's having a fantastic year. Mozart is having a great year. But I think he doesn't get you lose Tyreek Hill, then okay, cool. What I'm gonna do, I'm probably going to put Mozart in the Tyreek Hill kind of position. Now, I know he can't throw he can't catch like that Tyreek Hill run routes like Tyreek, but I'm still gonna try to put him in the position where, you know, he can be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and then on top of that, King, put him in the slot if you have to. Oh,
right.
By the way, if A-Chain went out for a deep pass in the fourth quarter, he had his man beat by 7 yards. And, oh, by the way, Tua overthrew him by 2 yards. and that would have been a touchdown we could have won. But Tua, I mean, he's not that guy to go have ice in his veins and say, all right, let's finish this team, guys. I don't see that from him. And also another thing with McDaniel, man, you've got Jeff Wilson on the sideline, who is arguably one of the most physical running backs in the NFL. Guess how many plays he played, King? He only played one play. One play. Tyreek is hurt. You got Jeff Wilson. He is one of the most physical running backs in the NFL. You got to give him the ball. You got to. Man, bad coaching, bad quarterback play. Tyreek got hurt. Coaching accountability, poor defense. And at the end of the day, you lose by 1 point. You deserve to lose that game. You didn't show up. You didn't show up on primetime TV. All superstars kept looking over their shoulder saying, who's going to be the person to make the play? You go out there and make the play yourself. And no one stepped forward. That told me right then and there, if Tyreek is hurt, we don't have another leader on that football team.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna let you get the last word on that one. That's your team, and let's transition to something positive. Can we transition to something positive real quick? Let's go ahead and transition to something positive because I know you're a little bit upset about the team there. I know, I understand, I definitely understand. But we're gonna transition to a little bit something positive, which is the Cowboys. The Cowboys. The Dak and the Cowboys who won again this past Sunday. Who beat Philadelphia now? Go ahead.
Before we go there, let's take a 5 minute.
All right, you want to take a 5 minute?
Yeah.
All right. Go, take your 5 minutes. Go do your thing. Can I talk for a little? I can talk for 5 minutes. I'll hold you while you come back. Okay.
Do your thing.
All right, I'm gonna talk for 5. I'll hold you down while you can do your thing. I'll give you a quick 5 on that. Okay. Now we're talking about the Cowboys and how the Cowboys react. Now people are mad. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Terrence Thomas. I should call Terrence, see if I can get him on the line. Terrence Thomas and the rest of you guys. Let me tell y'all something. People are always talking about how we are moving the goalpost on the Cowboys, right? How we are moving the goalpost on the Cowboys. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you something, Shawty. Let me tell you something. The Cowboys have outdone expectations. Now, first, they said, oh, y'all ain't gonna win, y'all ain't gonna make the playoffs, y'all ain't gonna do none of that. Right? Oh, y'all gonna be sorry this year. Dak ain't it. Y'all gonna be sorry this year. All right, we start out, we winning. We lost a couple of games. We lost one real game, real bad, to San Francisco. Everybody, they chumps, they're the team, right? Y'all cannot root for the Cowboys because they chumps and they ain't the team. That's what you guys are telling me. Right? We couldn't root for the Cowboys because they wasn't it. They wasn't the team. They wasn't who we were supposed to be. We could not root for them. That's what you guys are telling me all the time. Right? You guys tell me, oh, the Cowboys. You can't run with that. Dak ain't gonna get you there. He's not gonna get you there. That's what you guys are telling me the whole time. And I just try to tell you, relax, we're going to be okay. Our defense is good. It's good. It's going to hold us now. We got defense. We got a couple of problem situations, but hey, we're going to be all right. Then when Draymond Ditch was down, oh, we told y'all what. Then we lost to Arizona. Oh, we told y'all we're going to be good. We told y'all we're going to be that. Okay. We bounced back. Blew out a couple of teams. Then we got to play Philly the first game. And I need to call Anthony. Where's Anthony? Anthony, come to the front of the road, Anthony. And you feel it. I just talked to one Philadelphia fan. See if I can get another Philadelphia fan on the show. Anthony, if you're watching, come through. But let me tell you what happened. So they tried to say, oh, we started winning. We lost to Philly. Then we kept winning. Oh, they're good, but they can't beat any team with a winning record. They're good, but they can't beat a team with. Then we go out, we beat the New York Jets. We beat the Jets, and then all of a sudden, now they said, "Oh, okay." Not the Jets. We did beat the Jets too. Just to let you know. So Miami, y'all lose the Jets. Y'all know what's gonna happen to the Cowboys. But we beat the Jets. But we came back and we beat Seattle Seahawks. Okay, and then they say, "Oh, well, Seattle they kind of weak this year. They ain't where they supposed to be." Oh, we gonna see y'all won. Y'all look at y'all won. We gonna see y'all when y'all play Philly. So every week, y'all put a different obstacle in front of us as the Cowboys, and it seems like every week the Cowboys knock it out. Every week, the Cowboys lock it down. Knock it down. And my question is to you guys is, what's next? What's next? And what I'm happy about with my Cowboys, what I'm most happy about what my Cowboys have accomplished is this. Is that through all the stuff, they just continue growing as a team. They know the haters are out there. I know the haters are out there. They know the haters are out there. But we keep succeeding over and over and over and over again. We keep winning over and over and over and over. So my question to you guys is, what else do you want? We're not in the playoffs. We can only do what we hear. We're here right now. We can only do what we hear and what we're doing. We can only do what is presented before us. We can't fast forward to the playoffs. So as Cowboys fans, as Cowboys people, what else are we supposed to be doing right now? Let us know. Because really right now, it just kind of looks like you guys are just complaining about us doing the things that we're supposed to do and winning games and putting ourselves in the position to be playoff teams, to be a playoff team. You guys just seem to be complaining and upset that you guys are not it. All right? And the way we beat Jalen Hurts and put that beating on him, it was beautiful. Now, not only did we win, we psychologically beat the Eagles. Now the Eagles is having all types of situations where they don't know what they should do. And that's the thing that I'm trying to tell y'all. Now the Eagles are questioning. Now you got A.J. Brown coming out and questioning his quarterback and saying, is his quarterback really that dude? Or maybe he should take some allegedly, maybe he should take some lessons for what the Cowboys and them do, and then what they did to us. Because you know what we did? We mauled them. We destroyed them. We beat them down. Now they're wondering what's next. We already know what's next. The Buffalo Bills is next. We're going to go ahead and put Buffalo out of their misery this Sunday. We're going to put Buffalo out of their misery this Sunday. Buffalo, you're on the clock. And we're going to put Buffalo, you're on the clock. And we're going to put you out of your misery. You ain't got to worry about the playoffs after this Sunday. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it after this Sunday. We're going to put them out of the playoffs. Now, Terrence, you should call it 478-569-61. Terrence, let me talk to Terrence Thompson real quick. I told him in the car today. I said, I'm glad you watched it, Terrence. I'm glad you're here. Because I told you in the car I was going to tell you this. This is the thing. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to do the things that we need to do to get that number one spot. We're not the Falcons. That's who we not. We're not the Falcons. We're not the Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? We're the Cowboys. And when you have a legacy of winning and being successful and a legacy of being a top tier organization, of course you're going to get hate. Of course people are going to hate the fan base because we have something to consistently cheer for. Of course the Atlanta Falcons fans are going to be a little salty because they rarely have something to cheer for. Of course the Georgia Bulldogs fans are going to be a little soggy because they never really have anything to cheer for. But when you say the Cowboys, it's synonymous with America's team. When you say the Cowboys, it's synonymous with greatness. When you say the Cowboys, it's synonymous with winning and being the top team. So do we understand? Hold on. I'm finna see you delete. Hey, do you want to call in or you want to come in? You want to come in on the show? You want to call in? I see you delete. Well, let me get the link to you. A couple of minutes. I never got to have to talk with this young man right here. Hey, you want to call in? I'll let you call into the show. Hold on. I'm finna see you the link so you can come live. I want the people to see you. I want them to see your face so you can see. Hey, I want the people to see you so they can see your face. You know what I'm saying? They can see your face to face. Hold on. Let me get this to you, Terrence. Let me get this to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to see your face. I wanted them to see what it looks like to be a Georgia fan. What it looks like to be a Falcons fan. And you know what this brother had the audacity and the temerity to tell me. You know what he had the audacity and tenacity to tell me? The temerity, the unmitigated gall to tell me. You know what he had? He had the audacity to say that Cowboys fans were disillusioned. As a Falcons fan, I was like, oh my God, you're a Falcons. I sounded like Kanye West. Oh my God, you're a Falcons fan. How can you legitimately sit there? Hold on, I just sent you the link. Hit that link right there, buddy. Hold on. I saw it. I was like, Kanye West. Oh my God, you a Falcons fan? How can you, as a Falcons fan, really legitimately sit there and talk about the Cowboys? You have nothing to say about the Cowboys. The Falcons haven't won ever. Ever. Bo, am I missing something? The Falcons haven't won ever.
There's 0 for whatever in Super Bowls. They've never won a Super Bowl. But King, I don't want you and Mr. Terrence to have a heated argument. So you might need to channel the mitigation through me and let me ask the questions because I don't want you guys to go back.
He's calling in. He's there. There he is. We're gonna bring him in, Bo. He's there. Hold on. He's in. There. Can you believe he's wearing the Atlanta Falcons? He's wearing the Atlanta Falcons situation. Bo, I can't believe it. I got him the link. There he is right there, Bo. I can't believe that he's wearing the Atlanta Falcons gear. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to y'all, man. This man here is a businessman. This man's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's a great artist. He's a world-renowned singer, world-renowned artist. He should be a great singer because, being the Falcons fans, they often sing the blues. But he's a great singer. He's a great fan. He's a big fan. He's a pastor, a great man of God. It is really a delight for me to call him a friend. I can't see a lot wrong with him, except he's wearing red and black. that represents two of the worst teams in the history of sports. That's the Atlanta Falcons and the Georgia Bulldogs. Go ahead, Mr. Terrence. Go ahead. What's wrong with us Dallas fans? Tell us what's wrong.
No, man, listen.
Thank you for coming on first. Thank you for coming on. Because, a lot of Falcons fans don't have a lot of heart. I still can't get the other TT to come on, TT Webb. I can't get that other because y'all TTs be tripping. Go ahead, Terrence. I'm sorry.
Listen. No, first of all, thank you for having me. And I just don't like to be misrepresented.
Go ahead.
So the reality is nobody moves the goalpost more than the Cowboys. Listen, bro. Listen. Listen. One day you'll get to go back through all of these videos, and you will see. Oh, we going to the Super Bowl, and then you will see. Man, Dak! Oh my God, Dak! Then you will see. We going to the Super Bowl, and then you will see. Oh, my owner. Oh my God, my owner. Then you will see. We going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl, and then you will hear. Oh, the refs. Oh my God, the refs. And then you will realize, man, it's been since 1993, 20 years, no, 30 years since we even been to a Super Bowl at all. But we are supposed to just let y'all say y'all are relevant.
Of course. I mean, but Terrence, right? We've won one. Have you guys ever?
No,
And
listen,
everybody in your head,
there go the goalpost moving. There go the goalpost moving. There go the goalpost moving. That's not what it's about.
28-3.
That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about.
It's about 28-3.
It's about who else can be 30 years without an appearance and be relevant.
So,
There's
all right.
no way you can't listen. You can't be absent from your job 30 years and be relevant. You can't even be on a church roll and ain't been to church in 30 years, bro. Even churches saying, nah, man, you ain't no member after 30 years. Like even churches don't let you be relevant after that long, bro. And like that's my only thing. Like, yo, just admit we in a rebuild. Just admit we are a team striving. But bro, you can't say you're a Super Bowl contender for 30 years and you don't even make it to the second. You don't even make it to the NFC Championship, bro. That is a goalpost moving.
Bo, go ahead, jump in there.
I got a question. Nice. Glad you're on the show. It's good having you on the show. Thank you for joining, sir. I have a question. My dad, who passed away a little bit over a year and a half ago, he was a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. My wife is a Falcons fan. I haven't had a chance to watch them a lot this year. From your perspective, what is it that they're missing to get over the hump to be a real good football team and playoff worthy? From your perspective, what do you think they need to add? What needs to change?
They need to add a
Oh, you
team.
talking
Oh,
about
you're talking to him. My bad.
Come on, come on, come on.
I was thought you asked because I was like, they need to add a real franchise. But go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. You talking to him. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay.
Are you talking about this year or are you talking about overall?
Well, the big picture, what do they need to add from a continuous improvement standpoint to become a team that can win a division and say, hey, the Falcons are 14-3, the Falcons are 13-4, and they've got sustainment for a while with key players to get there every year. From what do you see position-wise, players in positions out there in the field, what is it that they're missing to get them over the
Okay.
hump? Is it coaching? Is it
Okay.
players? What do you think?
Okay. So there's two things. I told King this today. So I'm gonna address one issue. Is currently our situation is we don't have an identity. Like normally, each coach has an identity. Like, and I've been a fan. So when it was Billy White Shoes Johnson, Steve Barkowski, our identity was we're gonna hang around our defense. We were gonna run the ball with William Andrews, and we were gonna try to throw a Hail Mary to Billy White Shoes Johnson. Like we were just gonna okay, when it moved on to where we had, uh, I think it was George. Okay, now we were more of a passing. That was our scheme. We was more passing, and we relied on our cornerbacks. Right. All right. So then when we moved into the Michael Vick era, we used our tight ends. You know what I'm saying? And well, of course, when we made it to the Super Bowl, we had a high flying offense. Like it was our offense. Like that was our identity. The issue we have right now is I don't even think Arthur Smith knows what his identity as a head coach because he's never been one before. This is our first time really having somebody that hasn't, you know, it kind and if you know it kind of happened with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was a great defensive minded coach. Look at this man. Man, this how you treat your guests, man.
I was like, no, we run graphics to go with what we're talking about. We're talking about what the Falcons. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Rick. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so Dan Quinn and Arthur Smith were hires that were not previous coaches. So I think oftentimes when these guys come into this, like they have in their mind what they want to do, but when they get those positions and losing and all that stuff kick in, they lose like what is their real identity. And I can't tell you. I thought he was a runner. Like for the first year, I was like, okay, well, it's not working because he don't have a Derrick Henry. Well, when he got a chance to draft, he didn't choose a Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? He could have picked Carter, what we was talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Defensive lineman to put with Grady Jarrett. And listen, at least if you couldn't score, nobody else wouldn't score on you. You would have had Carter for the next 5 years on a rookie contract. Man, what kind of defensive line you would have had? But he didn't pick that. So you got Pitts out there who's, you know, he's a work of nature. Like, but he doesn't utilize those things. So I really think we don't have an identity. Now, the second part to your question is, bro, honestly, I be telling the fans, hey y'all need to sit this one out. Because Arthur Blanche is a businessman first. And as long as those stand, see, what I will say about Jerry Jones, the coaches that, the owners that own teams that are winning, they have a desire to win championships. Arthur Blanche has a desire to be successful and see a return on his investment. And unfortunately, you can make money in the NFL and lose all the games.
Okay,
So that's
I
what I
like
would
that
say the
analogy.
issue is.
I got a couple.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Mo. I'm
King. Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. Now, I said like one of the players that I do enjoy on the Falcons is that young man right there, Jake London, who's been balling out. uncontrollably. Go ahead, Bo. Ask your question. We talk about the Falcons, so I ain't got much to say.
What do you think the Falcons' identity should be, and do you think that Arthur Blank has become lackadaisical to winning in Atlanta since the Michael Vick incident?
Well,
Because
this
the
is what I
soccer
think.
team,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I do think um, the Michael Vick had a big thing to do with his selection of talent. I do think he has come more conservative, but I think more than that, I think that because the soccer team actually won the national championship, like the first year, uh, that I want to say that the stadium was built, and so he's won a championship. Like so, when you have three entities that are all compiling championships, it's like me. I have three teams. I have uh, four major teams. I'm wherever LeBron goes. So right now I'm in the Lakers. I'm a Braves. I'm a Bulldog, and I'm a Falcon fan.
Wait a
So
minute. Wait a minute. Go over there again.
I
Who are you?
will want. I'm a I'm a Laker fan at the moment. I'm a Bulldog fan. I'm a Braves fan, and I'm a Falcon fan.
Lord have
So
mercy. I pray
although
for
I
your
like
daily.
all of those teams, right, and would love for all of them to win championships, but if the Braves win and the other ones don't win, guess what? I'm 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 good. So I think because he has these entities that are all tied to championships, if one of them is doing well and they are all making money, I don't think he has a push because the people are still packing out the building. I do believe, man, if we boycotted a solid year, it will put some fire. But man, them folk in Atlanta gonna pack that thing out, boy.
They
I mean, they
delusional.
they pack it out.
They delusional. That's why. I mean, we know why. We know they delusional. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Of course they gonna pack it
Atlanta,
out. They delusional.
Atlanta is hungry for a championship. The Atlanta Falcons are hungry for a championship. The city deserves it. They've
If
lost
they
a
hungry,
Super
they
Bowl
listen. They gonna die of
over.
starvation. They should die by starvation by now, cause they ain't had no champion, no championship has come to the Falcons anytime soon. So if Atlanta's hungry for something, they need to be hungry. It's gonna be a long, long time for the
Uh,
Falcons to get a
hey,
chance to win it
hey,
with a
well, listen,
championship. You know what I'm saying?
listen, King. What you about 5 when y'all had a championship? So you ain't been eating off y'all victories either.
But that was after what two in a row, three out of 4 years. So I mean,
He was 5. He was
at,
5.
at the end of the day, this is the
He was
issue. I think
5.
I was young. I was young, right? But now I'm old. And guess what? I never seen the righteous forsaken, Terrence, like the Atlanta Falcons, who are still hungry and begging bread. All right, now what I'm trying to say. Ooh, that was nice. That was like, did you see how I did that? You see how I did that? All right, but this is what I'm trying to say. I want to do that just for the preacher. You know what I'm saying? This for the past. This is what I'm trying to say. I really, really do. At the end of the day, I think we talked about this a little bit today, Terrence. Was they legitimately? I think Arthur Blake legitimately has a little bit of reservation, maybe of getting not only an athletic quarterback, but also a reservation of getting a black quarterback after what happened with Vic. Because we know there were certain conversations about possibly, and maybe the Baltimore put that out there. The engage in the or either Lamar Jackson put it out there to help move the negotiations with Baltimore and Lamar Jackson's forward. But there was talk about Lamar Jackson possibly coming to Atlanta. And the fan base was for it. They was like, "Yo, we ready. We ready to turn it back into Chocolate City. We ready to turn it back up." And Arthur Blank was like, "Nah, I'm good. We don't need him. You know what I'm saying? We're not willing to make that payment. You gotta remember, he paid Michael Vick $100 million. So I think that was an investment, and I'm sure he made his money in return and plus on their investment. But at the same time, you know, it's one thing. It's one thing after the other. You know what I'm saying? So I do like the young core of Atlanta. Shocking me that I had some. See, I said something positive, Terrence. I said something positive. I do like the young core of Atlanta. I think Desmond Ritter, they're ready to get rid of him. I think maybe give him one more year. Maybe give him one more year, then you go for Shador. Maybe next year, the year after next, you go for Shador. Maybe give him one more year to see if he pans out. I like Jake London. I like Robinson. They're gonna have to make some moves on the defense. You know, y'all lost your defensive tackle earlier this year. Um, Maybe get a cornerback and a linebacker, and you guys ready. Y'all got a safety that's an all pro. So I think was it Grimes? I forgot his name. I think it's Grimes. But the Falcons have some talent. They have some talent. They have some weapons on the offensive side of the ball. They have some weapons on the defensive side of the ball. They have some talent. We're not even talking about what Pitts, Kyle Pitts. We didn't even brought Kyle Pitts up. So they have some talent. There's talent there.
But that's what goes back to the identity, man. Like I don't I don't think they have it. But here's what I was gonna say. Arthur Blanche though has it's not just the big thing. Okay, I think he also has an issue with being too loyal.
Gotcha. I can see that.
Okay, like we should have been moved off. Like, listen, when when uh when Julio signed that bad contract with Jay-Z, man,
Mm-hmm.
after they told him, man, don't sign that contract. Listen, man, he should have shipped Julio on off.
Right.
Why? Every year, bro, Julio was threatening to hold out. Like, like we still might be paying Julio and Matt Ryan at this moment.
That's sad.
We financially, they might still be on our roster.
I'm
Like
sorry.
that no. Like, listen, that's real talk. And
Ah!
here
Y'all
and
did
here's so here's the part about loyalty. Hey man, now it would have been a difficult decision, but I think these are the decisions like that Belichick and Saban, like these guys make. Like I think that these set them apart. Listen, when we went to that Super Bowl and we lost, listen, what Arthur Blank was supposed to do,
Y'all lost 2083. Y'all
hey
can't make it
Dan
lost that game
Quinn,
with Julio.
he's supposed to say, hey Dan Quinn, listen, man,
I'm sorry.
it's been an incredible ride. But you only get Shanahan's once in a lifetime. And I'll let you keep your salary if you want to handle the defense. You know what I'm saying? I know this, you can go shop around for a head coaching job. And if you don't find a head coaching job, you can come back here and be the defensive coordinator. But all of this money that I've invested for the past 3 years on this offensive side, it ain't but one person who can handle this personnel. And so I can't just let him walk out the building like that. And he didn't do it. And if you notice, that thing went down because nobody could handle that offensive scheme, bro. Like, it's a machine. It's a machine by itself. And so, I think that he was too loyal to that. I mean, and if you notice, man, the players quit on Dan Quinn, bro.
They did.
Like,
But
like,
hold on.
like,
But that
man,
was
that last year, that they was talking about. Come on, TV, man. Come on.
she just blessed. She had to bless you. She had to. She had to. She had
Oh my
to.
goodness.
She had to bless you. Oh, this is hilarious. This is out. Listen, this is out. Hey, Terrence, man, appreciate you coming on, dog. We gotta go. Hey, Terrence, listen. Hey, we
All right.
gotta end the show. Just hey, listen. I'm sorry for laughing. There, bro. I apologize, Terrence. I apologize. That was so unprofessional of me to be laughing at the Atlanta Falcons and they still paying Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. That is hilarious to me. I'm sorry. That is super funny. I'm sorry. That's so unprofessional for me to
That is,
laugh. And I apologize. I
either
apologize to all
listen.
Falcons fans. I
Hey,
apologize to
don't
Joe.
hold me to that. Either they came off the book last year or they come off this year. But man, that's real
Now
talk.
he got a good point, King, because
Yeah, I
when
apologize.
Matt Ryan was the quarterback there, he had the highest record ever for dead money of $43 million. Atlanta had to pay that the year after he left, and they couldn't even afford to get free agents in. So he got a good point with that.
Oh man, that's hilariously funny to me. I'm sorry. That just shows what type of that shows what type of inaptitude is a part of the Atlanta Falcons organization that has been for many years that's followed them. And I just don't understand how a Falcons fan can hate against a boy. You got me laughing so much I got to spit on my glasses. I can't see how a Falcons fan can talk about a Cowboys fan ever and like a Jerry Jones ain't that. Jerry Jones ain't that. He's loyal too though. He is too loyal to a fault. I'll give you that. He's loyal to a fault. He is, but.
He got some other stuff over there you don't want to talk about though.
I don't
But
know.
we gonna talk about
We
it.
taking it strictly on football right now. You know what I'm saying? Football and business. So
It is football.
Well, Ram, tell us a little bit about it. Give me some insight.
we don't need to hear that, Bo.
Okay,
It's time to go. It's time to die. It's
he
time to
finds
go.
the African American players that have things on their record or have trouble, and he drafts them low. Like he'll take somebody that should have been a first or second pick. He'll get them at the second round or the third round. Won't pay them their money, but he'll get a high collar other individual, pay them all the money. He made the African American players work over and guess for their money, and he made the other ones secure in their bags when they haven't even proven themselves worthy of the contract. He
So
wastes their minds and their valuable time of playing because they have to think about getting injured versus playing.
so that's Jerry Jones' example of giving people a second chance.
Absolutely.
King, what do you feel about this? How do you think about this, King?
He knows it's true.
No comment. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Unnamed Sports Show with your boy King Joe, Bo. Hey Terrence, thank you, man. Pastor Summers, thank you for coming. You know I was gonna give you a hard time. You know I was gonna give you a hard
Thank
time.
you
You
for
can't.
having
You
me, man.
literally
Thank you
had
for
K
having
with Atlanta Falcons hat on, so you knew I was gonna give you a hard time. You know about that.
me.
And you wore Georgia colors too. So I mean, man, you 0 for 2 today. But hey, man, I appreciate you so much for coming. And that conversation you had me against the wall earlier today, man. I still got stuff on my glass. You had me against the wall today. The conversation again. I appreciate that pause. But man, listen, I thank you so much for coming on. Take your time. I gotta get you back on again. After Cowboys win the Super Bowl, okay? Or we lose. Or we lose, right? Right? Or we lose. That's the deal, right? Listen. Bo, listen. If the Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl this year, right? Terrence Thomas is going to host a show with you, and I'm going to sit where he's sitting now, and I'm going to wear. Oh God, no, I can't do that. I had Atlanta Falcons hat one time. I would wear Atlanta.
No, you wear whoever.
Atlanta.
No, wear whoever wins the Super Bowl.
I can do that because Atlanta ain't winning no Super Bowl. I do that. No. Because if San Francisco win that, I can't do that.
Whoa,
No.
yeah.
No.
No, that's it. That's it.
Mm-mm. I do that. Okay, cool. If the Dallas Cowboys don't win, whoever wins, what about this? The team that puts Dallas out the playoffs, I wear their paraphernalia. All right, whoever wins the Super Bowl. Okay, whoever wins the Super Bowl, I'll let you and Terrence Thomas Bowl, you'll host the show. Terrence will be your co-host. I'll sit on the side and just listen. And whatever Terrence Thomas says, I would say, yes, sir, boss, you're right. Yes, you're boss, you're right.
I don't see that happening.
I was
I
like,
don't
yes, sir,
think
boss, you're right.
he's
Hey, yeah, I'm telling.
40 teams.
Yeah, yes, sir, boss, you were right. That's all I'm gonna say is yes, sir, boss, you were right. That's all I'm gonna say. But if the Cowboys win, Terrence Thomas.
We already know.
If Terrence Thomas, I don't even. You just have to come on the show and say, King, 2 for 2. That's all I want you to say. 2 for 2. Alabama, Dallas, 2 for 2. This is
You got to win the championship, bro. I told you, man, the SEC championship. You done got all you gonna get out of that victory, King.
It's just like Bulldogs. See, you see how they move the goal. Now you talking about us moving the goalpost. See how he moved the goalpost?
No,
But I've been telling.
no,
But
I'm
what have I
saying
been saying
that's
all
not the
year?
championship. We don't listen, man. Listen, when you want to win championships, bro, we're not concerned about that. Like
Listen,
really, we done moved on. We done moved on to the next year for
y'all
the
ain't got no
championship.
choice because y'all lost.
You better hope Michigan. Listen, you better hope your boys show up for Michigan. That's what you need to.
Listen, man, we're not scared of Michigan. You heard what Michigan said when they found out they wasn't playing Florida State? I'm sorry, Bo. I'm sorry that you had to catch these strays, Bo. Your Florida State had to catch these strays. But you heard what Michigan, because he's a Florida State fan, Terrence. So he got to catch these strays. But you heard what Michigan team said as they found out they were playing Alabama, not Florida State. You heard what they said? They said, they was molded. They were hoping they was playing. They was ready. They was licking their chops again. They just knew they was gonna get Florida State had an easy path. They heard Bama was coming. They said, I said, oh yeah, it's over. We gonna beat them boys by 50.
Man, listen, all right, I know you got to go, man, but I
We
think
gotta
y'all
go.
underestimated the team of Florida State. Like I told you earlier, bro, I just don't. I listen, man. Since grade school, bro, we was taught.
Hello, you still there? I think we lost it. Bo, can you hear?
I can see him, but I can't hear him.
We lost your volume. We lost you. We can't hear you at all. Hold on. Let me see if I don't know if I don't know if. Oh, hold on. Wait. You beat it yourself. All right, hold on. I got you. All right. Try now. Hello. You gotta unmute yourself. You gotta hit the mute on your telephone. I don't know if you hit the mute on the telephone. That might have been the Lord saying, "Hey, stop, my son." That's the Lord giving you the bit. May His peace be with you till we meet. That's the Lord saying again. Bye.
Hey, King, do me a favor, man. Tell the pastor that I said nice meeting him, and thanks for joining the show, because I didn't get a chance to tell him nice meeting him.
All right, he hear you, Pat. He can hear. He just can't talk. The Lord got him on mute, like like John the Baptist father. He got him on mute, like that. And I didn't do it. I ain't touched nothing, Chance. I promise I did. The Lord got you on mute, like John the Baptist father. Like you disbelieve. Hey, when you believe, you gonna let you talk again. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mute you. I promise I didn't mute you. Listen, man, we thank everybody, Terrence Thomas for coming on. We thank all the callers, Mark, Antonio, everyone, man. We thank all you guys for coming through and being a part of the show today. Man, it's a fantastic show. The numbers have been consistent. Pastor Terrence, we're gonna get you back in. Hit us on this. We want to make sure we hear the last thing that you gotta say about Washington. And we're gonna do that. Bo, thank you, my brother.
Hey,
You
welcome, brother.
Hey, get the business of the week. Go ahead.
I don't have one this week.
Yes, you do. Terrence, what's the name of your business? Oh, you can't talk. God. Text me your business real quick. Your business, Terrence. Hurry up. Text me your business. Your business name. We're gonna make Terrence Thomas a business. Like I told you, he's a businessman. He's gonna text you the business of the week this week. Listen, man, we appreciate everybody, all you guys for coming through today. We thank you guys for chilling with me and Bo, man. Every week we come. We were a little late today, trying to get some of the things out of the pocket. You know, the podcast issues, some of the things you do, and we're gonna get that phone thing really, really situated. I promise you, I'm gonna get it situated. I'm on it. That was partly why I was doing. I had my wife calling me. She called me 15 times. It finally worked the last time. We get on the show. It worked one time. It don't work anymore. So we're gonna work on it, but we're gonna get it together. I promise you that.
That's fine. Hey, King, tell everybody next week we're going to deep dive into the Washington Capitals and the Washington Wizards leaving D.C., moving into Alexandria, Virginia. Only 4 miles away. We're going to deep dive on what happened.
Deep dive of what happened. Man, that's crazy for them the owner to try to move that and make that happen. Is she going to get funding for that?
Say that again.
Is she going to get funding for that? Does she have the funding to move them? The move to Washington, the Washington teams. Does she have funding already to move that? Because I think she said she's trying to move to Virginia. If I'm not mistaken, am I wrong?
Yeah, they're moving 4 miles from the Potomac area to the Potomac Yards in Alexandria. The team with the, I guess you could say, the Mystics are going to stay. The Mystics are going to stay in the arena to where the Capitals and where the Wizards play. But the Wizards and the Capitals, they're going to move 4 miles away to Potomac Yards over there in Alexandria. It's a $2 billion deal. Mayor Muriel Bowser put up $500 million for the team to stay. The owner said no because he's been paying a $36 million lease on it per year. We'll deep dive into that next week.
We'll get more to that. Hey, the business of the week is TT's Lord Jesus. TT's graphic design. Business of the week, Pastor Terrence Thomas. TT's graphic design. Make sure y'all hit him up on Facebook. We do the business of the week. We'll do the new business of the week next week, but we also put his graphic up next week with the TT's graphic design business of the week. Great guy. If you need your t-shirt made, if you need printing, if you need any type of design or anything on your t-shirt, hit Terrence Thomas up. You can have him on Facebook on the Terrence Thomas, Pastor Terrence Thomas. If you do have a chance and you're in the Hetzifer area, go check his church out. I gotta think of it. I'll put it on my page. I'll put the information on how you get to his church on the page and everything, man. We appreciate everything. Bo, I appreciate it, man. We went over 15 minutes. No, we went up 30 minutes. We went up 30 minutes, man, but I appreciate you hanging out with us, man, and chilling with me as always, brother.
Hey, anytime, brother. Much love, and it's good talking to you. Great topics tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, peace.
Peace.
Everybody talking about they the best. Everybody talking, but they talking about us. BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Show me the list. Show me the list. Show me the list. Hey. Everybody talking about they the best. We the best, yes. Everybody talking, but they talking about us. BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Talking about us, BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Show me the list, show me the list, show me the list. Hey. Everybody talking about they the best, we the best, yes. Everybody talking, but they talking about us. BLG walking the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good.